Hello. So, welcome back to What's New in 2022 Release Wave 1. In today's video, we'll quickly go through a very small but again an idea submitted by the community, which is now part of the base product, which is report selections for project. And I've noticed that I've been talking about the BC Idea website and how Microsoft is reading those and how partners are adding those ideas and Microsoft, based on voting on those ideas, kind of bake them into the standard product. But I have never showed you that screen. So before we get into the details, let's see the idea which made this feature available in this release. So this was the idea which was created in 2021 by 26 of 2021. And the idea was that from a job, it is now possible to print a job code report. This makes sense when the job status is quote, but when the job moves to the status open, you want to print a job confirmation report. That's it's something which is not possible as of that date. Please add a job confirmation report and relevant button in the ribbon. Also, please add another report selection of type job confirmation and add a journal report selection for job. It is now only possible to select custom report selections per customer, but not journal report selections for job. So that was the idea that somebody tagged into. And then Microsoft team replied that we are baking some part of it in of this idea in this release, but we'll be continuously working on the whole idea that you have into the future release. So that's the idea website where you can also go ahead and add your idea and let people vote on it. So what this feature brings into the product, let's talk about that. So we all have seen the report selection, which makes our life a little bit easier in the product to kind of do certain things, to not to modify code and then define the report IDs on that menu so that the selected report ID are executed when user performs any action. So till Business Central 19, the report selections were available in multiple areas. So if you search for report selection, you'll see report selections for sales, purchase, inventory, warehouse, cash flow, bank account, and all. In this release, Microsoft have also added a report selection job. Now this is very limited as of this moment because it's just have one users category of type code. So you can only define job code reports into it, which will be by default set to report ID 1016, which is a standard Microsoft job code report. But if you have a custom report built for your customer, you don't have to change any code or add any action into the page. You can just change that number here and the system will understand that you want to run this report. People who have worked on report selection in past, they will understand that they can have multiple reports if required for the same code, and both the reports will run sequentially when you operate or click on that action from the jobs page. So that's what's available as of today. The other part of the idea, which we read earlier, is that in the customers and vendor area of Business Central, there is a report selections customer, there is a report selections purchase and sales, where you can define the invoice report, the code report, and other reports. That's one enhancement that will be available, I'm hoping, in future with the jobs. But at the same time, there is something called as document layout, I think, or let me see in the product. I don't want to be wrong. So let's go back to the product. So when you are on customer, you select a customer and then I'm very bad at it, find the right action, but yeah, document layouts. So in the customers and vendors, you have this menu of document layout based on which you can define a separate, let's say, invoice or a quote or a order report per customer wise. So the priority is on report selection, but if there is a document layout attached to a customer, then that comes into priority. And then you can define the emailing person on those scenarios using the document layout. That's the second part of that idea which was submitted there. Let me see if I can click on it now. Yeah. So here's the document layout section for customers, and then you can choose these reports per customer, and this will take priority over report selection. So if there is already a report on report selection for, let's say, sales quote, but you have a different ID here. So whenever you run the sales quote for this customer, the report ID specified here will take priority. And then there are other fields that whom you want to send an email. Is there a custom layout that you want to attach? And do you want to use this as an email body? All those options are available here in the customers and vendors area, which is sales and purchase area of Business Central. But that was the second part of the request that that idea have, and I'm pretty sure that's what will be baked in future in the jobs module of Business Central. Yes, it's very limited right now that you can just add codes, job code reports over there, but that's kind of the first step toward that direction, and we'll see more enhancement into the job module going forward. So let me know what do you feel about this feature and how you and your customer will be able to utilize this in comments to this video. Till then, goodbye and see you on the next video.